Hey there fellow coin hunters, treasure seekers and couch potato collectors, welcome back to the channel where pocket change could turn into paradise. Today we're talking about a penny. Yes, you heard that right, one single copper coin from 1949 with no mint mark that could be worth a jaw-dropping $11 million. That's more than some folks make in a lifetime, and definitely more than what I spent on pizza last month, which is saying a lot now. Before you roll your eyes and toss your change jar out the window, hold up, because this little unassuming Lincoln penny from 1949 might just be your golden ticket to a better life, or at least a really cool vacation and maybe a new couch too. Alright, let's jump in and find out what makes this humble penny so dang valuable, why it could be hiding in your piggy bank right now, and what you should do if you find one. Stick around to the end, because I'm also sharing a personal story about how I almost spent a rare penny on a gas station burrito that was a close one. So let's rewind to 1949, a year when the world was recovering from World War II. Harry Truman was president and nobody had smartphones. People actually talked to each other in person. Imagine that year the United States Mint produced Lincoln pennies without a mint mark in Philadelphia, which was the standard practice back then. They minted a ton of them, over 217 million to be exact. So you're probably wondering, wait a minute, if there were millions made, how is one worth over $1 million? Here's what makes the 1949 no mint mark Lincoln penny worth up to $11 million. And no, I'm not pulling your leg, although that would be pretty funny. First, let's talk about condition. In the coin world, we call it grade. The higher the grade, the shinier the coin, and the bigger the payday. We're talking about coins that have never been circulated. They look brand new, like they just rolled off the mint press yesterday. If your 1949 penny has zero scratches, zero wear, and looks like it's been living in a time capsule, you might be onto something. Next is rarity and errors. Oh yes, the sweet errors. We're not talking about the kind of errors you make when you text your ex. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks. Even though this one has no mint mark, die cracks and planchet errors. These are the little mistakes that make collectors go bananas. Now here's the twist: the 1949 no mint mark penny that sold for over $1 million had not only a pristine condition but a rare die variety. It had a double die obverse, meaning the front of the coin had a slight doubling in Lincoln's features, and the lettering, it was so subtle you'd probably miss it unless you were squinting at it with a magnifying glass under a flashlight in your grandma's basement. The buyer who picked it up at auction was a hardcore collector with deep pockets and a love for historical artifacts, and when the hammer dropped at $11 million, you better believe jaws dropped with it, including mine. I nearly fell out of my desk chair. Now let's talk strategy, because let's be real, we're all here because we want to find coins worth money, not just hoard piles of copper like modern day dragons. So here's what you do: go grab that jar of change right now. Yes, I mean it. I'll wait. Got it? Good. Now dump it out and start looking for that 1949 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Focus on the color, a true copper tone, no rust, no green goo. Check the date, check for sharp details, and if anything looks weird or off center, don't toss it. That could be your ticket to millionaire status. Oh, and here's that personal story I promised. So a few years ago I was driving across the country. I stopped at this tiny gas station in the middle of nowhere. It was one of those places with flickering lights and a mysterious guy behind the counter who looked like he hadn't blinked in years. I bought a soda and a microwave burrito, and when I reached into my pocket I pulled out an old penny. It looked clean, weirdly shiny, and had 1949 on it, but I didn't think twice. I handed it over, paid for my burrito, and left. 3 years later I learned about the $1 million 1949 no mint mark penny, and let me tell you, I've had dreams where that burrito turns into a golden nugget and mocks me while dancing across my dashboard. I still think about that coin and the crunch sound of that microwave burrito. I could have been rich, so don't be like me. Don't spend your treasure on sketchy gas station food. Check your coins, I mean it. Check your change. Check your wallet, check under the couch cushions, check your grandpa's coin jar that he's been hiding since the 70s. You never know what's sitting right under your nose. And when it comes to selling a valuable penny like this, don't just go to your local pawn shop or post it on Craigslist. You want to go through certified coin dealers or reputable auction houses. That's where the big money lies. That's where collectors fight for your coin like it's the last slice of pizza at a party. So let's wrap it up. We've covered the history, the rarity, the condition, the strategy, and even a gas station tragedy, all for a 1949 Lincoln penny with no mint mark that could be worth a cool $11 million. You might not think a penny could change your life, but hey, it changed someone else's, and it could change yours too. Hit that subscribe button if you love the idea of making big money from small coins. Smash that like button if you've ever found something weird in your pocket change, and drop a comment telling me the oldest coin you've ever found. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, especially that one friend who hoards change like a raccoon with shiny objects. I've got plenty more videos coming your way all about valuable coins, hidden treasures, and ways to turn pocket change into paychecks. So stick around and let's hunt for treasure together. Hey coin fam, welcome back to the channel where we talk all things small, round, and shockingly valuable. Now let me ask you a question: have you ever found a penny and just tossed it in a jar, or maybe even in your car cup holder, thinking it's just a penny? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into a tiny copper coin that might just pay for your house, your car, and your dream vacation all in one swipe. I'm talking about the 1960 mint mark Lincoln penny. Yep, the one that could be hiding in your pocket change right now and is sold for as much as $1.2 million. No, that's not a typo, a million with an M. Now, before you go flipping over your couch cushion, stick with me because I'm gonna break down why this coin is worth so much, what makes it special, and how you can spot one. I've even got a funny story about the time I thought I found one. Spoiler alert, it didn't go quite as planned. Let's kick things off with the basics. The 1960 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the little d under the date. It's part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. Now, what makes this coin so special isn't just that it's old, it's all about the details. First, let's talk about the small date versus large date drama. Yes, we're getting spicy in the world of pennies. So in 1960, the US Mint actually produced two different styles of dates on these pennies. One is called the small date and the other is the large date, and it turns out the small date from Denver is the rare one. The one everyone and their grandma is hunting for. The small date has a thinner, more compact look, especially the number 0. It's a little more snug and closer to the 6, whereas the large date has a more open feel. Think of it like the small date being the skinny jeans of pennies and the large date being the baggy cargo pants. Now here's where it gets good. There are a few examples of the 1960 D small date penny that are in pristine condition. I'm talking shiny, flawless, not a fingerprint or scratch in sight. These are what collectors drool over, the kind of coins that get slapped in plastic holders and admired like fine art. And when one of those rare beauties shows up at auction, oh baby, the bidding war begins. One such penny sold for $1.2 million. That's right, someone paid over $1 million for a penny. Let that sink in. I've seen people argue over 50 cents at a garage sale, and here we've got someone dropping $1 million on a 1-cent coin. Wild, right? Now let's break it down further so you can understand what to look for. First up, check the date. If the numbers look thinner and closer together, especially the 0, then you might be onto something. Next, check the mint mark, that little d below the date. That's how you know it came from the Denver Mint, which is key. But wait, there's more. Some of these pennies have doubling, which means the image or text looks like it's been stamped twice, slightly off center. This is called a double die. And if you've got a 1960 D small date with doubling, you just hit the coin collector's jackpot. Okay, story time. I once thought I found the holy grail of pennies. I was at my grandma's house going through an old jar of coins, you know, the ones that haven't been touched since Clinton was in office. I spotted a 1960 penny with a D on it. My heart was pounding. I grabbed my magnifying glass. I'm sweating, my palms are clammy. I call my buddy who's a coin nerd and I'm like, dude, I think I found the $1 million penny. He comes over, we're looking at it like two detectives at a crime scene. Then he goes, wait, that's the large date. Cue the sad trombone sound, womp womp. Still, I kept it and I use it as a good luck charm whenever I go coin hunting. It reminds me that the search is half the fun, and sometimes the journey is worth more than the coin, unless of course the coin is worth $1 million. Then the coin is totally worth more. So how can you tell if your penny is the real deal? Well, first thing you'll want to do is compare it with online images of the small and large date versions. You can find side-by-side photos that make it super easy to spot the difference. Second, get yourself a good magnifying glass. You don't have to go full Sherlock Holmes, but something to help you see the tiny details really helps. Third, if you're still not sure, take it to a professional coin dealer or get it graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. These folks know what they're doing and they can tell you if you've got a penny or a payday. Another fun fact, the 1960 D penny was also part of a year when coin collecting was exploding in popularity. People were hoarding coins like crazy, especially rolls of pennies straight from the bank, hoping they'd find something rare. A lot of these got stashed away untouched for decades. So yes, there are still potentially valuable ones sitting in basements, attics, and coin jars across America. One guy even found his in an old box of junk he bought at a yard sale for $5. Can you imagine flipping a $5 box into $1 million coin? That's better than winning the lottery. Well, maybe not quite as much confetti, but still pretty sweet. Let's talk market value now. Condition is everything. In 1960 D small date in regular circulated condition might only get you a few bucks, but if it's uncirculated or graded MS65 or higher, then we're talking serious money. MS65 means it's in mint state, grade 65, which is near perfect. Think of it like getting a 95 out of 100 on a test, and yes, people are willing to pay thousands, even tens of thousands for coins in that condition. But that holy grail, the one that brought in $1.2 million, that was graded proof-like and pristine, it looked like it just rolled off the press and into a vault. So while your everyday penny might not fetch that kind of cash, it still might be worth more than you think. Alright, my coin curious friends, here's the takeaway. The 1960 D Lincoln penny might be one of the most underrated coins out there, and if you've got one, especially a small date in great condition, you could be sitting on a mini fortune. So next time you're digging in your change jar or getting a handful of coins back at the grocery store, don't just shrug and toss it in your car cup holder. Take a look. That little copper coin might just be your ticket to an early retirement. And if you're like me and love the thrill of the hunt, keep digging. The fun's in the journey, and who knows, maybe you'll find your $1 million penny story to tell. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more coin collecting tips, tricks, and treasure hunts. We've got more videos coming up about coins that are worth way more than face value and how you can spot them. Hey there, fellow coin hunters and pocket change detectives. Have you ever found a penny on the ground and thought, well, this'll get me nowhere? Hold up. That dusty little coin might just be your ticket to a luxury vacation, or even early retirement. Today, we're diving into the jaw-dropping story of the 1987 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's currently worth $1.3 million. Yeah, you heard me right. A penny. 1 cent worth over $1 million. This is not a drill.so grab your change jar, check under the couch cushions, and maybe, just maybe, you're sitting on a hidden fortune and don't even know it yet. But before we go coin crazy, let me share a quick story. A few months ago, I was at my aunt's house helping her clean out an old junk drawer, you know the kind, full of random screws, expired coupons, and batteries that may or may not be dead. I found a handful of old pennies and, out of pure curiosity, started flipping through them. One of them looked different. No mint mark. 1987, my heart jumped. Could it be the one? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But that little adrenaline rush sparked my obsession with rare coins, and now here we are, going down the penny rabbit hole together. Well, let's break it down. Most Lincoln pennies minted in 1987 came from the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mints. And normally, Philly doesn't put a mint mark on pennies, which is why this gets confusing. But what makes this specific 1987 no-mint mark penny worth $1.3 million is a bizarre combo of minting error, rarity, and condition. That's right. This isn't just any no-mint mark penny. It's a 1 in a million, or maybe even 1 in a billion, mistake that got past the folks at the US Mint. Second, and most importantly, the $1 million version has some unique features. Most notably, it was mistakenly struck on a bronze planchet instead of the standard copper-plated zinc planchet. You can actually feel the difference if you're holding it. Bronze pennies are a bit heavier. Some experts believe only a few of these were made, possibly even just one. That's why collectors go nuts over it. It's the holy grail of 80s pennies. First, look at the weight. A normal 1987 penny should weigh around 2.5 grams. But the rare bronze one tips the scale at 3.1 grams. It's a small difference, but in the coin world, it's huge. And next, check the color. The bronze coin has a richer, darker tone, almost like chocolate. Yum. Don't eat it, though. Finally, if you really think you've got something special, take it to a coin dealer or send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can verify if you've struck gold or just found another penny that bought you nothing but a few seconds of hope. Rarity is king in the coin world. If there's only one or two of a kind, collectors will throw down serious cash to get their hands on it. Add in a historical figure like Lincoln, a quirky minting error, and pristine condition, and boom, you've got $1 million coin on your hands. There was an auction where one of these sold for $1.3 million. Just imagine someone out there paid more for a penny than most people pay for their house. While you're searching for that sweet 1987 no-mint mark penny, keep an eye out for other valuable coins. For example, it's like a scavenger hunt where the prize is a small piece of metal that could change your life. And the best part? You don't need a metal detector or an Indiana Jones hat, just a pair of eyes and some curiosity. Minting mistakes are often behind the biggest coin jackpots. Whether it's a die crack, an off-center strike, or the wrong metal, collectors love a good goof. The 1987 no-mint mark bronze penny is the ultimate happy accident. It's like when you add too much chocolate to a recipe and accidentally invent the best cookie of your life. Okay, time for some humble pie. Once, I found a 1983 penny with no mint mark and freaked out. I was dancing around the house, shouting, "I'm rich!" My cat was judging me. I posted a pic online, and within 5 minutes, someone replied, "Dude, it's totally normal. Worth 1 cent." But hey, now I know more, and so do you. Knowledge is power. And sometimes power is worth $1.30 million. That little 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in your pocket change could be hiding a giant secret. If you've got one that weighs a bit more and looks bronze-y, you might want to stop everything you're doing and get it checked out. Because that penny could be worth $1.3 million. Just imagine telling your friends you got rich off a penny. The same coin they left in the car cup holder or tossed in a fountain for luck. Talk about full circle. Go raid your piggy banks, go through grandma's coin jar, and start looking. Because the next coin story could be yours. And if you want more awesome stories about coins that are worth way more than they should be, tips on how to find them, and a little humor along the way, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a golden opportunity. Hey coin fam, welcome back to the channel where small change can turn into big bucks faster than your grandma can say back in my day. Now listen up, because today we're diving into a story that's going to make you check your pockets, couch cushions, old piggy banks, and maybe even your car's cup holder. You might be walking around with a plain old 2016 Lincoln Penny with no mint mark, thinking yeah whatever, it's just a cent, right? That little copper beauty could be worth a jaw-dropping, bank-breaking, heart racing $1.4 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A single cent could buy you a house, a Tesla, and still leave enough cash for tacos every Tuesday for the rest of your life. So stick around, because I'm going to tell you what makes this ordinary looking penny an absolute goldmine, how to know if you've got one, and a little story about the time I almost threw away what could have been my early retirement. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about this mysterious 2016 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Now you might be wondering, what the heck is a mint mark? Basically, a mint mark is a little letter stamped on coins that tells you where they were made. P is for Philadelphia, D is for Denver, S is for San Francisco, but sometimes, especially on coins from Philly, there's no mark at all. So when you find a penny with Lincoln's stern little face staring off into the distance and no mint mark, that just means it was minted in Philadelphia. Most 2016 no mint mark pennies are totally normal, worth 1 cent. Give or take the lint in your pocket, but a few of them were struck with errors. And when we say errors in the coin world, that's not a bad thing. That's like finding a typo in a first edition Harry Potter book. You've just hit the collector's jackpot. We're talking double dies, off center strikes, extreme clashing, smooth edges that should be ridged, coins struck on the wrong planchet, even a mysterious coppery color when it was supposed to be zinc. And let me tell you, these aren't easy to spot unless you really know what you're looking for, or unless you have eyes like an eagle who's also a coin nerd. These rare errors in the 2016 no mint mark Lincoln penny have shown up in auctions and private sales, fetching prices as high as $1.4 million. And don't worry, you don't need to be some Wall Street genius or a numismatist. Yes, that's a real word, to get in on this. So a while back I was helping my niece with her school project on Abraham Lincoln, because you know she thinks Uncle Coin Guy is cool and knows stuff. We're flipping through her folder and she's got a penny glued onto the cover of her little homemade booklet, and I'm like, wait, hold up, let me take a closer look. Wouldn't you know it, it's a 2016 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Now my eyes did that cartoon pop out thing. You know, I gently peeled it off the cover, praying to the coin god she used weak glue, and gave it a look under my magnifier. Unfortunately, hers was just a regular OL penny, but the moment gave me chills, because what if that day I learned 2 things. 1, always check your coins. 2, kids, use glue like it's the last sticky substance on earth. If you've got a 2016 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, here's what to look for. Number 1, flip that sucker around, check both sides. Number 2, grab a magnifying glass and look for doubling on the date and the letters like Liberty and In God We Trust. Number 3, check the color. Copper pennies in 2016 are rare since most are zinc. Number 4, feel the edges. Are they smooth, funky, misaligned? And number 5, if it looks weird and you're unsure, get it checked by a pro. Send it in to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Yeah, they cost a little money, but if your penny is worth over $1 million, I think you'll survive the investment. Oh, and don't clean your coins. Never clean your coins. It lowers the value faster than a popped balloon. Next time you get change back at the store or you're digging through your car for gas money, check those pennies, especially the 2016 no mint mark ones, because that tiny round piece of copper might just be the treasure you didn't know you had. I mean, wouldn't it be wild if your future beach house is just sitting in your pocket right now? Now, if you enjoyed this video, had a laugh, or maybe even learned something cool, smash that like button, tap that subscribe, and turn on notifications, because I've got more coin treasure hunting tips coming your way. We're talking nickels, dimes, quarters, and yes, even those weird state ones with birds on them. Hey coin crew, welcome back to the channel where your pocket change might just be your retirement plan. I'm not even joking. Today we're diving into a penny, a tiny little copper beauty from 1993 with a D mint mark that could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Yeah, you heard me right, $1.6 million for a penny. Now, before you go flipping over every couch cushion in your house or shaking down your grandma's piggy bank, hang on, because this isn't just any old penny. This one is rare and valuable for very specific reasons, and in this video I'm gonna tell you what makes it so special, how to spot one, and why collectors are throwing down serious cash to own it. And stick around, because I'll also share a little story about the time I almost threw away a coin that could have been worth thousands. Yeah, real pain right there. So grab your change jar, sit back, and let's find out how a 1993 D Lincoln penny could turn you into a millionaire. Alright, first things first, let's talk about the basics. The 1993 D penny is a Lincoln cent, meaning it's got good old Abe Lincoln on the front, looking all wise and beardy. The D mint mark under the year means it was minted in Denver and millions of them were made. We're talking billions actually, but here's the kicker, not all pennies are created equal. Some come out of the mint with weird errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or the holy grail of penny mistakes, being struck on the wrong metal, the one that's worth a mind-blowing $1.6 million. falls into that rare category. It's believed to be a 1993 D penny that was struck on a bronze planchet, the kind that was supposed to be long gone by that time. You see, back in 1982 the US Mint switched from bronze to copper-plated zinc for pennies because inflation and stuff, so when a bronze planchet accidentally got tossed into the mix in 1993 and made it through the whole minting process, that created a super rare coin, and collectors go bananas for stuff like that. Now I know what you're thinking: how do I know if I've got one of these golden tickets hiding in my junk drawer? Well, here's what to look for. First, check the weight. A regular 1993 penny made of zinc should weigh about 25 grams, but the rare bronze ones, they weigh about 31 grams, so if your penny's got some extra heft, that's a good sign. Next, look at the color. The bronze ones tend to have a slightly warmer tone, more reddish and less shiny than the zinc ones, which can look kind of dull and silvery over time. And finally, take it to a coin expert or get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. If it's the real deal, trust me, it'll be worth the effort. They'll authenticate it, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be holding onto $1 million coin instead of just a plain old penny. I was at a flea market a couple years ago digging through this box of loose change like a total weirdo. My wife thought I'd lost my mind. I mean, who spends 45 minutes at a booth that smells like old socks looking at pennies? But there I was, channeling my inner Indiana Jones of numismatics, when I found this 1993 D penny that looked a little weird, heavier, maybe warmer in color. I got excited, like sweaty palms, heart pounding kind of excited, paid $1 for it, took it home, weighed it, ran around the house yelling like I won the lottery, and then boom, turns out it was just a zinc penny with some weird gunk on it. Yeah, I was crushed, I won't lie. I ate 3 ice cream sandwiches in a row, but hey, that's the hunt, right? Sometimes you strike out, sometimes you hit the jackpot, and now I'm obsessed with finding that one unicorn penny. And if you're watching this video, maybe you are too, so let's recap. You're looking for a 1993 D Lincoln penny that weighs more than it should, has that warm bronze glow, and ideally gets confirmed by an expert. If you find one, you could be sitting on a coin worth $1,600,000. Not bad for something you might have ignored in your sock drawer for the last decade, right? And remember, the world of coin collecting isn't just about history or shiny things, it's about the thrill of the hunt, the stories behind the coins, and yes, occasionally finding something worth more than your car. So, if you're into that kind of treasure hunting action and want more tips on coins that are secretly worth money, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and ring that little bell so you don't miss out on future uploads. Trust me, we've got more wild coin stories on the way that might just blow your mind, or at least make you dig through your couch cushions with new purpose. Hey there, coin collectors and curious minds. What if I told you that a tiny penny, yes, that humble, everyday coin, could be worth over $1.7 million? No, I'm not pulling your leg. I'm talking about the 1986 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. It's like finding out that your old, scratched up, never used by you cassette tapes are now worth hundreds of dollars. Just a heads up, if you find a penny with no mint mark from '86 lying around, you might just be holding onto a small fortune. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1986 no mint Mark Lincoln penny, breaking down exactly why this little guy is worth so much and how you can spot one in the wild, or maybe even from your very own coin jar. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll be an expert on this penny, and maybe even a little richer in knowledge, of course. First, the burning question: why is this particular penny worth so much? The answer lies in one simple thing: it's rare. Like, you've got a better chance of finding a unicorn in your backyard. Rare. See, most pennies from 1986 were made at the Philadelphia Mint, and they have the usual P Mint mark stamped on them. But here's where it gets interesting: a small number of 1986 pennies were produced without the mint mark at all. These are the ones we're talking about today, and they are considered an error coin. Now, don't go thinking that every 1986 penny without a mint mark is worth millions. Oh no, it's a little more complicated than that. For a penny to fetch top dollar, it's gotta be in pristine condition. We're talking about pennies that have been treated like royalty, shiny, scratch-free, and with crisp, clear details. That's because collectors and investors are willing to pay big for coins that are in perfect or near perfect condition, and the 1986 no mint mark penny, when found in mint condition, is a rarity that fits the bill. But where did these unmarked pennies come from? Well, it's a bit of a mystery. Some theories suggest that during the production process at the Philadelphia Mint, a small batch of pennies slipped through the cracks without receiving the usual mint mark. Others think that maybe, just maybe, a few of these pennies made it into circulation after the minting process was finished. No one really knows for sure, but what we do know is that these little guys have since become highly sought after in the coin collecting world. And now, let's talk about how you can actually find one of these bad boys. Coin collectors, I'm talking to you. Start checking your spare change. Of course, it's easier said than done, but here's the key. Check those pennies you have lying around in old drawers, piggy banks, or even the back seat of your car. You never know what you'll find in there. The 1986 no-mint mark penny might not be sitting right on top, but who knows? It could be buried in that pile of coins from last year's road trip. And if you don't have any old coins lying around, don't worry, check out local coin shops or online marketplaces. Just make sure you're getting it from a trusted seller, because authenticity is key. In mint condition, this penny can easily go for up to $1.7 million. That's right, $1.7 million. Imagine walking into a coin shop with a simple penny in your pocket and walking out with enough money to buy a new car, pay off your student loans, or hey, go on a vacation to somewhere fancy. I can already picture it now, you handing over that shiny penny, watching as the dealer's eyes widen, and then you both stare at each other in disbelief. It's like winning the lottery, but way cooler. But wait, it gets better. These pennies don't just hold value, they're getting rarer by the day. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for rare coins, and this one? Well, it's basically a gold mine. It's like finding an antique watch at a thrift store. You've got a little treasure just sitting there, waiting for someone to discover it. Now, let's be real here, most of us won't come across a penny worth over $1 million in our everyday change. But hey, don't let that stop you from keeping an eye out. Coin collecting is a hobby that can turn your spare change into something much more valuable. It's a fun way to learn about history and potentially make some extra cash along the way. Who knows? Maybe you'll discover a rare gem hidden in the bottom of your old coffee mug. Stranger things have happened. Okay, so I have to tell you this hilarious story. A few years ago, I was visiting my grandma's house, and I decided to go through some of the old coins in her drawer. She's got that typical "I save everything just in case it's worth something" mentality. As I was digging through the pile of pennies, I was joking with her about finding a rare one. She rolled her eyes, telling me that the only thing I'd find in there was some old junk. Fast forward a couple of days, and I'm going through my haul, and there it was, an old 1943 steel penny. I was stunned. I ended up selling it for a nice chunk of change. Moral of the story? Never underestimate the treasure you'll find while rummaging through random coin collections. And don't forget, the 1986 no-mint mark penny could be hiding in your collection too. So, if you're feeling lucky, check your coins and see if you've got a 1986 no-mint mark penny in your collection. If you do, make sure you take good care of it, because you might just be holding onto a fortune. And if you don't, no worries. Keep your eyes peeled, stay curious, and who knows? The next big find might just be around the corner. If you learned something new today, or if you're just as excited as I am about the possibility of stumbling upon a coin worth a small fortune, hit that subscribe button. I've got more tips, stories, and coin hunting strategies coming your way. Let's keep searching for those hidden gems together. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on what's next. Hey there, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and let's be honest, bored YouTube scrollers who fell into a rabbit hole of expensive coins. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, hey, this thing might just be worth more than my car or even my student loans? Well, what if I told you that a simple, shiny, copper looking 2017 penny, the kind you probably tossed in your junk drawer or dropped under the car seat, could actually be worth $1.8 million? Yup, you heard me right, one penny from 2017 with a little D mint mark has collectors going wild and wallets getting nervous. Now, before you sprint to flip your couch cushions or raid your kids' piggy bank, sit tight, because I'm gonna break down everything you need to know about the 2017 D Abraham Lincoln penny, what makes it special, how to spot one, why someone dropped $1 million and change on it, and yes, I'll even share my own penny mishap that still haunts me to this day. So grab a snack, maybe even a handful of change, and let's dive into the shiny world of pennies that are worth more than your house. It's part of the regular Lincoln Cents series, minted in Denver, hence the D under the date. You've seen it, it's got Honest Abe on the front, the Union Shield on the back, nothing flashy at first glance. Most of these 2017 D pennies are just your run-of-the-mill pocket change, but a very small handful turned out to be absolute unicorns, and I'm not just talking about rare, I'm talking about $1 million mistakes. See, one of these coins got struck on a blank meant for a dime. Yup, a dime, which means it's the size of a dime lighter and has this freaky in-between look that makes collectors lose their minds. Others had doubled dies, off-center strikes, or insane high-grade conditions like MS69, which in coin grading is basically like finding a French fry that's still hot and crispy at the bottom of the bag. Rare, magical, and worth celebrating. Now let's talk money. The record sale for a 2017 D penny was a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. That's like 3 Teslas, 4 years of college, or approximately 84,000 Taco Bell tacos, give or take. Why would anyone pay that much, you ask? Well, coin collectors are a passionate breed, and when a rare modern error hits the market in perfect condition, it's like Comic-Con meets Antiques Roadshow. Everyone wants it and the bids go wild. But how do I know if my 2017 D penny is the golden ticket? Well, step 1, check the weight. If it feels off, like too light or too thin, you might have something. Step 2, grab a magnifying glass, look for any doubling, especially in the date or the letters like IN God we TRUST. Step 3, check the shape and color. If it looks too silver or oddly small, bingo, we might have a winner. And of course, if you really suspect something, head to a coin dealer or get it graded by PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you if you're sitting on copper or a mini fortune. So picture this, it's 2018, I'm cleaning out my car, which honestly was more like an archaeological dig. I find a little 2017 D penny on the floor right next to an old French fry and a half-melted crayon. I remember thinking, how this penny looks kinda weird, but instead of checking it, I use it to buy gum. You can imagine my heartbreak when a month later I read about the $1 million penny and realized that I may have spent mine on a piece of peppermint. Disappointment. Moral of the story, never underestimate floor coins. Folks, pennies aren't always just pennies. That little 2017 D in your pocket could be a literal jackpot if you know what to look for. It's about checking your change, staying curious, and maybe, just maybe, hitting the coin lottery without ever stepping foot in Vegas. Now, if you liked this video, learned something new, or at least laughed at my tragic gum story, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, smack the like, drop a comment telling me if you've ever found a rare coin, or just what's the weirdest thing you've ever bought with a penny. And if you want more tips on coins that are secretly worth money, how to spot valuable errors, and how to make your collection shine brighter than a brand new penny, this is the place. Thanks for hanging out with me. You're now officially one of the Cool Coin crew.